Hi, welcome to Markerboard Videos. My name is Nancy Foote, and this is the next video in our Math in Minutes series, Algebra 1. Today we're going to talk about solving one-step inequalities that involve addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. So let's get started. You might see a problem that looks like this. N plus 2 is less than or equal to 4. Well, the way I solve inequalities is I simply pretend like that's an equal sign. In my mind, and sometimes on a piece of paper, I'll actually write an equal sign. So I want to get this 2 over to here. I want to get the n by itself, so I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. And again, this is a skill you've had for a while. This is not a new skill. And I get n equals 2. But again, that's just the way I do it in my head or sometimes on paper. I'm not done with my problem because this is actually an inequality. So at this point I have to ask myself, did I multiply or divide by a negative number? Well, I subtracted, but that's not multiplying or dividing, and so my inequality direction stays exactly the same. N is less than or equal to 2. That's my answer. Let's do 3 more problems. These really aren't very hard. It's just putting everything together for you. Y minus 5 is greater than negative 9. Now here's a subtraction problem. So to get the 5 away from the y, I'm going to add 5 to both sides. And in my mind, this is an equal sign. So I'm ignoring the fact that it's an inequality right now. I'm pretending like it's an equal sign. Because when you solve linear inequalities, it's exactly like solving linear equations until you go to put that inequality back in. This becomes y is greater than negative 4. Now I have to ask myself, did I multiply or divide by a negative number? I added 5 to both sides. My answer is a negative number, but I did not multiply or divide by a negative number. So my answer is y is greater than negative 4. 2 more examples. S divided by 2 is greater than 18. Pretend like that's an equal sign. If it was an equal sign, you would multiply both sides by 2 to get the s by itself, and you'd find out that s is greater than 36. Ask yourself if you've multiplied or divided by a negative number. And if the answer is no, you leave the inequality exactly the way it is. Let's do one more. Negative 4.34h is less than negative 2.17. Now these are ugly numbers. Now is the time to pull out your calculator because you have to divide both sides by negative 4.34. And I don't know why I keep saying 434. And I get h is less than, let's use our calculator, negative 2. Oops, sorry, we've got to clear up my last answer. Negative 2.17 divided by negative 4.34. And my answer is 2. I'm sorry, it's positive 1/2. So h is less than positive 1/2. Am I done? No, because I did not ask myself if I multiplied or divided by a negative number. In this case, I divided by a negative number. So instead of it going in that direction, let me move my board here a little bit so you can see it. It's going to go in this direction. And I have to change it because I divided by a negative number. H is greater than 1/2. If you have any questions about inequalities or actually anything in Algebra 1, please feel free to leave me a message and I'll get back to you. Thanks. Have a great day.